because I was all concerned. There was this thing I was recording as Darth Maul for this audiobook, and it wasn't, strictly speaking, consistent with something that we did in Clone Wars.
Right.
And I said, Dave, what should I do? Should I tell them to change the line? Should I blah, blah? What do you think? And how do I solve this problem? And he just said, Sam, it's good if the stories are different. Well, what do you mean? It has to be consistent. He's like, no, it doesn't. These are all tall tales. And they all of the tellings, it's great if it's a little bit different. That's reason to go seek that out, to get a different perspective on the same story. This campfire that night that was told that story, this happened and Ahsoka's lightsaber was blue. But over here, you heard the same story and Ahsoka's lightsaber was green. And that's good. And when I thought about what he said, I'm like, he's right. And that's always been the way it was with George. And that's always been the way it was with George.
Liar! G'day guys and welcome to Raging Rhino. Today we had the release of the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer. We also, I believe, had the announcement of the release date today as well. I haven't seen anything prior to this, so I believe that this is the first time that we're hearing it. Now, I'm not going to lie here. I haven't watched the trailer, but I have seen the obvious controversy behind this trailer, and we will get into that. But before we do, obviously their mission isn't over yet. The final season of Star Wars The Bad Batch is streaming February 21 with a 3-episode premiere only on Disney+. Now, I want to get straight into the trailer because obviously there's a little bit more to talk about, not just going over the trailer and reacting to the trailer. So let's get straight into that. Let's react to this trailer and then we'll go through some of the things that have come out from this today. Let's get straight into this.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move! I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers. But I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid.
Secure her in a cell.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
They are coming. For all of you. Give us a real challenge. Down! We're not big on following orders.
I wasn't planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting.
All right, there's a lot of jangling keys in there. I noticed Fennec Shand was in there. Obviously, you've got the Emperor as well. Now, I say jangling keys because I don't know whether or not these characters are even really supposed to be in this story. I don't know what the story is. I do have my own questions after the 2 seasons that we've got in regards to, you know, the 2 female clones of Jango Fett. Like, the best parts of this series has been the things with Crosshair in it, and it's been very, very minor in regards to those good things. Of course, you've got Cad Bane in there as well, from the tail end of Season 2, obviously we're going to be at Mount Tantus, and all of that stuff is, to me, it is just jangling keys because they're using these things in a way that they were never intended to be used the way that they are.
And there have been times when we wanted to use things from the EU and I was like, yeah, but we can't use it that way, so why? I don't want to use it and change it. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want to use it and make it something completely different. That's rude.
So To me, that's where I look at the jangling keys. Obviously, the big controversy is Asajj Ventress here at the end with her yellow lightsaber. I don't recall her ever actually ending up with a yellow lightsaber. I think in the Dark Disciple novel, she may have ended up with that lightsaber in that series. But see, this seems to all take place. She actually looks younger, so it could be a flashback. But with the way that this story has gone, there's been no flashbacks so far. So I don't see why they would start bringing it in now. So they need to explain, obviously, her yellow lightsaber and why she's got a yellow lightsaber and all of that sort of thing. But this is where I get really confused by the whole thing. Is the Dark Disciple novel is Disney's canon. When they decanonized the EU, they said that we want it to be more consistent, right? Across the board with the comics, the games, the books, the shows, the movies. Everything is going to be canonical. And they seem to constantly retcon these things. Now, I know Dave Filoni's supposed to be this almighty savior of Star Wars and all of this kind of thing. But even with the Tales of the Jedi that he did, he retcons the Ahsoka novel. Multiple parts of the Ahsoka novel with that series. So I wouldn't put it past him to retcon the Dark Disciple novel to do something with Asajj Ventress in here. She is an awesome character, but there's no reason to bring her back. No one's ever really gone in fucking Disney Star Wars, that's for sure. The crazy thing about this is that all the talk revolves around her. There's no talk about what the actual story is or what's actually going on. All it feels like to me is the Bad Batch needs to break Omega out of Mount Tantus. That is it. After the reveal that we've now got another female clone of Jango Fett. That's really what it comes down to. But again, everybody, all the talk is just about Asajj. Now, before we get more into that, obviously it's a 15 episode series, this last final season, I should say. They've got the 3 episodes coming out on opening night, the 3 episode premiere. Now, I don't know how the episode numbers work, 301, 302, 303, and so on, all the way up to 315. Is this a tie-on to the Clone Wars? Is that why the episode numbers are so high? I didn't even realize that until now. Call me naive, but I didn't actually realize that that's actually how they're numbering the episodes, so it must be that. So, we got 15 episodes. It's such a weird number to have. I can't remember what the other 2 seasons or the number of episodes we had in the other 2 seasons, but that's a thing. There's a couple of, you got double episode there and a double episode there. So 6 and 7, 306 and 307 are coming out at the same time, same day, and 310 and 311 are coming out on the same day as well by the looks of things. Now, this is where they even had to come out and basically make an announcement. The executive producer, we don't want to spoil anything, but want fans to know that any new storytelling with Ventress will align with the events of Star Wars Dark Disciple. Now again, there hasn't been any flashbacks throughout seasons 1 or 2, as far as I can remember. I must admit, it's quite forgettable, to be honest. But as far as I can remember, we haven't had any flashbacks. Now, yes, she did look younger in the trailer. She does look younger there. But to say that this is going to carry on from Dark Disciple, how? How is this going to align with Dark Disciple when Asajj Ventress dies in Dark Disciple? You can't explain that. And of course, the events so far from what we've seen in the Bad Batch for the first season and the second season, and obviously rolling into the third season, all take place after the Clone Wars have ended. And Dooku is dead. And it was Dooku that killed her in that book. But see, this is where the seals will just clap and they don't actually give a fuck about continuity. They don't give a fuck about the canon. They don't give a fuck about lore or anything like that. And it comes down to tweets like this from these Disney shills, these Disney seals out there that will literally just clap at absolutely anything. Ben here says, after the release of the Bad Batch trailer today, I see so many Star Wars fans discussing and debating canon. For me, I don't care if it's canon, not canon, or whatever. If it's good Star Wars storytelling, it's good Star Wars storytelling. It's really that simple. Hashtag Star Wars. I'm sorry, but good storytelling has consistency. Good storytelling has continuity. Good storytelling has good lore and good canon. It doesn't chop and change no matter how these people that are making it want to change it or create it the way that they think in their image. That's where Rian Johnson went wrong. But this is a Dave Filoni project, the chief creative destroyer of Star Wars. So when you've got fans out there, fans, and I use that term fans very lightly with these people, when you've got these fucktards out there, because majority of Star Wars fans are just shippers and fucking idiots like this that don't care about continuity in their storytelling. But when you've got people out there that explain that this is how they want their storytelling, they don't need to, over there at Lucasfilm, actually explain how anything works or how Asajj Ventress has come back to life after in their own canon she's dead. They don't need to explain the inconsistencies between the Ahsoka novel and the Tales of the Jedi. They don't need to explain how things like tracking fobs work in The Mandalorian. They don't need to explain anything because the seals will literally sit there and clap because they saw someone on the screen or they said the line or there's a holocron in the background of a scene. Because Star Wars now, or Disney Star Wars especially, is just self-referencing. That's all it is. And as long as you get those nostalgia bait, as long as you get those jangling keys, the seals will clap. And as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly what this trailer is. You got cameos in there, bunch of nostalgia, and then of course bringing back a fan favorite character for what? To destroy something in their own canon so that they can, I don't know, have people clapping and saying that this is good. Just let us enjoy it. This is stupid. Dave Filoni's a hack. Everybody over at Disney Lucasfilm is a goddamn disloyal to George Lucas hack. Now, we got to wait and see to see if this is some kind of flashback or something like that. But even if it is a flashback, shouldn't she have a red lightsaber? Shouldn't she be wearing something a little bit different, a little bit more like what she was wearing in the Clone Wars if it was a flashback or if it is a flashback? To me, this is going to be another disaster from Disney Lucasfilm, from Disney Star Wars, and the seals are going to clap their way through it. You enjoy it if you really want to enjoy it. Don't ask questions when questions should be being asked. Just like this Ben fucktard right here. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the trailer. In fact, I barely even reacted to the trailer in this video. Because it's more about the jangling keys that everybody's talking about. It's more about the nostalgia bait of having Fennec Shand in there, having the Emperor in there, having Cad Bane in there. Nothing really about story is being discussed. And when it comes to Star Wars, I really find that quite disgusting. And again, these creators are so disloyal to George Lucas, including especially Dave Filoni. I can't even fucking believe it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts of this trailer in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on having Asajj Ventress coming back from the dead. Mother Townsend reincarnates another Night Sister. It's gonna be bullshit. It's gonna be bullshit. And the seals, the Disney fucktards, the retards, the seal clappers are just gonna... Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.
And there have been times when we wanted to use things from the EU, and I was like, yeah, but we can't use it that way, so why? I don't want to use it and change it. You know, I don't want to use it and make it something completely different. That's rude. Make it something completely different. That's rude.
I sold them to the white slavers that take these things and okay, but